What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the BFFs YouTube channel. Make sure you guys tap the bell, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below.
This has been brought to you by Coinbase, new advertiser, I guess. So we got something too. And Coinbase crypto, I've been involved in the crypto world forever. So they have a giveaway here. I think it's $10 if you sign up. Free crypto, free Bitcoin, whatever you want.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. I just want to give people the code so they have it. Oh, they're also the ones who did the Super Bowl commercial that went crazy.
Oh,
crazy
the mega viral, the QR code.
Yeah. And you didn't. You didn't see what it was, right? It's brilliant.
All it was the QR code doing like the
to hit the corner.
DVD thing,
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
Yeah, that
brilliant.
was genius.
So if you want some free Bitcoin, go to Coinbase.com/Dave. Coinbase.com/Dave. $10 in free Bitcoin. That's all you gotta do. You just log on, Coinbase.com/Dave. $10 free Bitcoin. And they've been around forever. I actually have lost. I think I have used Coinbase so long ago that I don't know what happened to my
like
code.
you forgot your account
Like
and everything.
early. Well, not that early, but early enough. I don't know where it went. It's much easier now to use. So again, for limited use, New Year's, I feel like your generation.
I use Coinbase all the time. It's
Yeah.
like it's super
Everyone
easy.
talks about Coinbase, yeah.
$10 free Bitcoin when you sign up today. Coinbase.com/Dave. Sign up at Coinbase.com/Dave for 10 in free Bitcoin. It's a limited time, so sign up today. Coinbase.com/Dave. I don't know how Bitcoin. I think it's like what, 38,000, 39,000.
Now would be a good time to go get your $10,
Yeah, it's a little bit down.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's a little down. It's like you're going to be making more than $10.
Yep. Okay, BFS. We are all in Fort Lauderdale.
What's up?
You have your.
I have
tour.
my Sleep When You're Dead tour. Yeah, so Josh was in Orlando, and he said he was going to come, and then I texted you and said, let's do it together.
Correct. How long did you know he was going to be here?
I mean, yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
I
texted
didn't
me
know.
right away.
I texted you right away, yeah.
Okay, got it. I was just in Fort Lauderdale this weekend. I had a freak out.
I know, I didn't think you were going to come
Yeah,
drive
I
back.
had a freak out because it was St. Patrick's Day parade and they shut the whole city down. There's construction and I was meeting my parents and I couldn't go anywhere.
I know.
Like I wanted.
I thought you were going to
That's
say
awful.
we should come to
It
you.
was all. It was legitimately awful.
Yeah. They shut down a huge St. Patty's Day party in Canada, too, because of COVID. They're still not letting them do it. There's usually
They were letting
5,000
people doing the
out
party.
in
They
streets
shut.
and
They
nobody-
couldn't drive. Also, I guess we should start. We don't know where it will go. It's like I fired Kareem. So if people are waiting,
Right.
Yeah, and I hear
Right.
he threw me under the bus on the DP show.
I don't know if through you. So let me give the background.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I was always so nice to Kareem,
I
too.
told the background on this story, and I didn't give you guys heads up when I did it. People who've been listening to BFF know that I've kind of like
had it out for him for a little bit.
I like Kareem.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I like Kareem as a person, and he's done a lot for me, like personally, with different shit. So I like Kareem. Let's clear that up.
Okay.
However, last week's episode, and this week we have Josh Peck, right?
Yeah.
So I'm Josh and Drake. I don't know if
Josh.
we
Drake and Josh, yeah.
Drake and Josh. I don't know if we edited it out because I'm pretty sure on last week's show I'm like we have Josh Peck on from Josh and Drake. Nobody corrected me. Nobody said anything. We did the whole episode, and at the end of the episode, there actually was a game. I'm like, let's not play that because
We had so much
a long
recording. We
episode,
were
yeah.
recording for a good almost 2 hours.
correct.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, long episode. So Dave's getting ready to go to bed early, put his head on the pillow, and it's like
Nice.
I see BFFs. And it's 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? So I texted Kareem. I'm like, am I crazy? Am I stupid? But like, where is the interview? And he's like, oh, we can't put it in until next week. And I'm like, why? He's like, their PR firm wanted to coincide with the book that he was releasing. And I'm like, okay, well, did you like know that beforehand? He's like, yeah. He's like, I just thought maybe we could finesse it, or I thought I told you that. I'm like, you definitely didn't tell me that. Like, you definitely didn't. Now, where he threw you under the bus is he's saying you knew, which I thought you said you did not know till
He told
after.
me, Austin can back me up. After we recorded, he's like, yeah, we can't put that out until next week. And I
Yeah,
was like,
so he
what?
sent me a text just now being like, I don't want to throw her under the bus.
Yeah, let me see this text. Let me see
Okay.
it. The fuck?
Kareem's
So
making enemies.
where
Because he said there were screenshots, and I look at my messages. I'm like, where? Josh Peck cancel? No. Yeah. Did he not want to put a timestamp and a date on that? Is after we fucking recorded.
Yeah, so
There is no time. It was very
Yeah,
raw.
there is no
Condensed.
time set because I talked to you, and to me, that's just like I'm trying to think it. And his answer and again, I like Kareem, but I'm like, I got to let you go. I wasn't mean. It's like, I can't
think he really
have this.
thought we were going to be able to just throw it in. And
But that's crazy not to
It's
tell us
crazy to do to the
beforehand.
guest,
I know.
too. It's
Right.
crazy to do to the guest. Be like, hey, we're going to let this out in 2 weeks. And then we're like, psych, we're putting it out now.
yeah, because
Correct.
the book comes out.
Yeah,
this
it's
week.
a book promo. You can't
he
do that.
knew. It wasn't like his PR team fucked him over. Like, and here's where it really gets wild. The day before on Monday, I was like, do we have a guest? Because I've been on a guest kick. Like, we need guests. It would have been our second week in a row without a guest. So if we didn't have one, I was going to go start asking people. And he's like, nope, we got Josh Peck. So I didn't do anything. But he knew the whole time.
Yeah,
That it was
silly.
never
That
going to
was
be that
silly.
week.
Correct.
It was going to be the next
So
week.
it's like at some point, if I don't do something then and he screws up again, I'm just going to be mad at myself. So that is the Kareem story. I'm going to get
But he's still on DP show with you, right?
He is.
Yeah.
And I like Kareem and maybe can work his way back. But
Maybe a little probation.
Right. Everyone does love a redemption
you
story.
have to be punished for that.
Right.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
other podcast
Fair.
in the world would be like, wait, you didn't tell us that the guest we thought we had for this week wasn't on. So
It's the start of his villain arc, man.
yeah, that happened.
Maybe I'll get less videos they'll posted about me too. That's what I was thinking,
no, it's
right? When I
actually been
saw,
more. I've
and
looked
then
at
I saw
BFFs.
that, and I was like, "Oh, I was so wrong." That's awesome.
Okay, so we're into this episode. We're all in Fort Lauderdale now. When does this come out? Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes.
So are you still here Wednesday?
Yep. I have more events Wednesday and Thursday.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Yep, in Fort Lauderdale.
And why'd you pick a hotel unless you just like it? We're like walking down the hall is.
Oh, I didn't
it's like
pick this.
We're in fucking Cancun.
The people that booked all my events got this for me.
It is straight.
We're in the
like,
middle of spring
Punta
break.
Cana.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I came, they're like, people will meet you downstairs. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going to a DoubleTree. Like,
Yeah,
I think I can handle
that's what
that.
you would think, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's all spring break kids.
Okay, so into the headlines. Jeff Wittek, David Dobrik. This is kind of exploded, and I tried to get Jeff to come on, and we all know Jeff will love. He's like more than willing to come on and generally say anything. He's like, it's escalated to maybe lawsuit type shit.
Wow.
So he's like, I can't
Okay.
talk about anything right now.
Really?
So yeah. Basically, they're just now. I guess Dobrik spoke out for the first time, right? David claims he asked Jeff to be on the podcast. Jeff denied. Jeff said no because Dave would charm his way out of it. That's interesting, though.
Like you can't trust yourself to be around the guy because he's so
Wait a minute.
good
I
at
didn't read
charming
that
someone.
part. You got to let him come on the podcast, and then if you're Wittek, you just got to be an asshole and not let him charm your pants off, right?
That's what I
yeah.
would think.
All right. So here's Jeff what explained happened in the hospital. So let's try to watch this here. In a weird janky setup we got.
And then he asked, he's like, can you promise me one thing? And I said, what? And he's like, can you just promise that no one ever knows that this was my idea? And I was like, absolutely. Like, that's not a big deal. And then that's the promise I broke recently.
Bro, this is
And-
complete
Bro.
fucking bullshit. I swear to God.
Corinna was on this, and then you hopped on.
Okay, so right now David is saying that I'm there, head smashed open like a fucking watermelon, fucking exploded on a hospital bed. They cut all my shit off. My chain, they fucking give him my chain. He's the only one allowed in the hospital, so he's the only one there. My brain is hanging out of my skull. But my one last wish was, David, please don't tell anyone that this was my idea. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you that fucking sick in the head? I've never once in my life said, David, I know I might die right now, but if I die, make sure nobody ever knows that I asked you to smash my head into the crane. You sick sociopath fuck.
Wow.
I mean, there's no way he would say that while he's dying, right?
You would think he wouldn't. I will say I was surprised their sets look the same.
David's
They
and,
do.
and Jeff,
Yeah.
right?
They
It's
do.
almost like they go to the same studio to record or
that,
something.
I know.
but I've
Yeah.
been
David's is
to-
in his house,
yeah.
though.
And it's
Jeff's
actually
is
been
in his
pretty
house.
funny
Oh, maybe
because
they have the
they're
same
just-
people.
They're just reacting to each other's like podcast clips.
Yeah,
back
why
and
don't they
forth.
just talk
Right,
on
like they
the
haven't
pod?
talked it out, but it's just this reaction to reaction to reaction, and they just keep reacting.
Are
to
they
each other's
playing a
clips.
big game on us? Like keep the that's
Hey,
what got
whoa,
him
going
mad
back to
before.
milking for
That- I know
views. We
that-
don't want to step in that territory.
That's
again.
what got him before. We also asked Dobrik to come on, and I think he went ghost mode. So I don't know. So David said, and there's a lot of stuff to this. David said at the hospital he saw a DM from Jeff or someone swinging off excavators saying they should do that. So this is more of David claiming it was Jeff's idea, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
And then he posts these.
Yep, he posts these. Well, also he posted the screen recording, and then Ethan from H3 said this was posted 2 hours before, meaning that he took it in real time to Jeff's response, and then Jeff tweeted this and said it's disturbing. David's own video proves 2 hours after the incident while I was being operated on, and he was the only one allowed in the hospital. He was screen recording stuff to frame me while others stayed outside and prayed. He was wiping his fingerprints off the gun.
So this is all back, I may be slow, to Jeff saying it's all David's idea.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't know how much that matters to me.
Whose idea it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an idea. Someone comes up with an idea. At the time, they're both like working together to create content. I don't know.
I think it's more of the aftermath.
Yeah, it would be bigger meal if
why does the idea matter?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
cares whose
right.
idea it is?
It would be a bigger deal if Jeff like somehow got forced at like gunpoint to do it, or was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. And Dave's like, I'll never work with you again, or something.
Yeah, like you're
but
not
neither of
getting
them.
paid
You're right.
unless you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
neither
that's
of
a
them
little different.
seem to be claiming it. So I don't know. That's like if the three of us did something and somebody came up with an idea and the other two were on board with it, who cares whose idea
Yeah.
it is?
It's
Everyone
more of like
agreed at one point
after
to
do it, right?
that
Yeah.
David wasn't paying or like didn't care and didn't visit him.
That's
what
the
Apparently
vibe
he
I've-
did. He said he paid though. He said he paid like $78,000 for the surgery so far. Jeff said like something like, or David was saying how Jeff wasn't reaching out about how much they needed to pay. So they paid like the initial, and then they weren't getting
Didn't
any
follow
responses
up.
from Jeff. They weren't getting responses from like Dave's assistant was asking about it, and they just weren't
Yeah,
telling him.
that's from talking to Jeff. That is his main contention, is how David handled it after. Like he wasn't, concerned and didn't show a whole ton of interest.
Yeah.
I don't know about the paying. I mean, I assume if Dobrik's saying he paid, you can't. I mean, that's something.
Yeah,
There's
you're not
receipt.
gonna
You gotta have a
lie about it,
receipt,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
And-
do think with Jeff's concern isn't. I feel like Jeff is saying more like he wanted David to be a good guy and be
Correct.
there at the hospital with him, right? I don't think he cares like, oh, here's $78K, now I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And Jeff wanted more of like a, oh, I'm gonna stay by
He's
your
more like you're a
hospital bed and,
sociopath.
like, yeah.
You don't care about me type of thing.
And okay, so I mean, these two guys don't like each other. Period. I
Yeah.
do think
They
it's
can't.
real.
There's bad blood.
Yeah. And I don't know what the lawsuit shit's about, but it sounds like something's going on. What is this Casey Neistat's film? And all of this is revealed that YouTuber Casey Neistat has been filming.
Casey Neistat.
Neistat.
He's big on YouTube.
Yeah, he was like an OG, like before Logan Paul, like biggest YouTuber.
That is early.
Yeah.
Has been filming a documentary on Dobrik called Under the Influence since 2019. In 2021, it took a turn when Business Insider, fuck them, revealed sexual assault allegations by women against Vlog Squad member Duarte Dom. I remember talking about this. So it was
Dirty Dom.
released at
Duarte.
South by Southwest Film Festival. Rolling Stone describes it as a slow burn portrait of a toxic power dynamic that binds a group of very young, successful people in lengths they're willing to go to achieve astronomical levels of fame. Okay. It's
So,
out.
it-
It's already been released.
I guess it got
What's
released
the
at,
date today?
at a film
I
festival.
think it's
That's
the
3 days ago.
17th, right?
Yeah,
Have
it's
Oh, God.
people- So has anyone seen it?
I have
No,
not seen it.
I've just heard about it on Twitter, and then they talked about these clips, like the Corinna part where they made her take her shirt off and pretend to show her boobs, and
They're
how
trying
like,
to find a
uncomfortable it
distributor
was.
for it, so it's not like released. That's what they have.
To the
that's why
public,
they're premiering it
yeah.
at the festival.
Okay, yeah. So they're looking for buyers at the festival.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one scene. They show a private jet where David commands Corinna Kopf to take her shirt off, pretend to show her boobs, uncomfortable. Any update on that? Not that particular scene, but
I was gonna say not like the as in
I-
just
I'm
like
not
Corinna.
saying-
Wait,
like
remember
the
you-
game with
yeah.
Corinna,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Corinna?
Anytime we hear a name that you've exchanged DMs, we update.
Wait,
You want an
didn't you like ignore her?
No, I didn't ignore her.
There's a little
It was-
back and
it was
forth on
like,
that.
It was like
They had bad
I had
timing.
I had
Yeah,
I had
bad
a
time.
dinner I had to go to, business dinner. You know what I mean? So it was
okay.
like business first. But Corinna, what's up? I guess I haven't texted
So
her
that's
in a
the
long
last
time.
time.
Yeah.
Bree, how new are those tattoos on your fingers? The Ghostbusters? Not Ghost, Pac-Man.
Like 6 months.
Are you on the way to becoming like wildly tattooed?
I don't know. I might.
Going through a little emo phase.
I think maybe. No,
Yeah,
not wildly
hair.
tattooed.
I saw the big reveal of the boobs.
Yep.
You did?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good. Yeah. I was just
How many
trying to
pics did you take of that, or was that just one and done?
one and done. Yeah.
Okay.
One and done on the
Good for you.
Insta. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thank
Nice. And the Waka Flocka, which I'm sure we'll get to.
That was
later.
fun. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
where do they do the surgery? I've always wondered. Like, where do they incision like the shit? You know what I mean?
Under.
You've never
Because there's like 3 different entry points you can do. Right?
Yeah.
Like the armpit.
You could do armpit, under, or nipple. Safest is under.
nipples. Wild.
Yeah, they
But I feel
remove
like
your
then you
nipple
don't-
and
you
then
don't see the
put it
scar,
in.
right? If you
well, my
your
boob,
nipple.
my boob hangs over the scar.
Yeah, that's the most
point.
traditional, I
Yeah, that
believe.
makes sense.
Sorry, got sidetracked.
Anyways.
Pete Davidson and
This shit's wild.
It is. Last week, I'm like, no more pleas of these two, but there's the entire text exchange and Pete Davidson basically bodying Kanye, being like, I'm in bed with your wife right now. Listen, Pete Davidson, he's been silent, so I feel like he
This is
deserved
fair
that.
enough, yeah.
I agree, because he's getting harassed by these two. I will say, I saw something on Twitter that Pete Davidson strikes, like, somebody else tweeted it, because Pete Davidson said he was going, like, outer space on, what's his name, Bezos? And somebody said Pete Davidson looks like he just won a lifelong, like, Make-A-Wish contest. And that kind of is his vibe.
Well, yeah, it is.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think he's particularly good at anything, but he's in everything, in the center of everything. He's the center of the universe.
Yeah, he is. He's winning right now. It's crazy.
Well, Kanye is just crazy.
I don't know.
Kanye's like digging his own hole, I feel like. It's
But
just
yet-
making Pete look better.
If
But people
Kanye-
still love him so
I mean,
much.
Who,
it's-
Kanye?
Yeah.
I was going to say that. If he did
Yeah.
a concert tomorrow, it would be like the biggest thing.
Yeah,
I'd probably go.
Like people
Yeah.
hate Pete because of Kanye, but you think it would 100% be the opposite.
Oh, I saw this. This is probably going to be a sound. Kim Kardashian gets roasted for telling people they need to get their asses up and work. No one wants to work today. It was Kim's advice. She gave it. I could see that being a sound on TikTok, but she's right.
I think it did become an audio on TikTok.
Did it?
It did, yeah.
It did,
I
right?
have the best advice for women in business. Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You
That's
have to
so true.
You have to surround
Yeah.
yourself with people that want to work.
But like people were making fun of
You're
her
correct,
for it.
which
Yeah.
makes sense because
Because wasn't one of her sisters in the back like, yeah,
Damn-
yeah, or
damn
something like,
straight,
yeah,
that's
Dan
right.
co-signed that shit.
Yeah.
it's hard because I think she's right, but it's like when she had a lot of it. And I think they do work hard, the Kardashians.
Well, they have to, yeah.
but they're also like we're born with a huge advantage.
And
Like,
they were
little
asked like, "What's your one key to success?"
bit. Work hard.
And people are like, "You got a BMW for your 16th birthday. You were
Correct.
born obscenely rich. Like, shut the fuck up."
Yes, which I think there's validity to both.
Yeah.
Moving along, I don't know. They always say this. The memos of enough Kardashian is not getting through to the new team. I mean, we got 9 pages of Kardashian shit here.
I know you do scratch it every week.
Yes, Kourtney and Travis were like fucking on a beach. They got in trouble for that. Yeah, that's probably too much. I'm looking at the pictures.
Would you
Yeah.
and Silvana do that?
No,
Not a chance.
no.
You do that, Josh?
Probably
With
not.
Mads?
Oh,
No, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't do it at the beach in general with
Fair.
any girl.
Are you dating her?
No, I was just throwing a low blow.
Yeah, she was just low blow.
Well, all the comments really ship you guys.
yeah, I know.
No?
I mean, I think it's like, I think
We're
we're
gonna get
good
her
as
on this
friends and
pod or
stuff.
what?
Yeah,
That's what we're dying for. Come on.
We can try.
Okay.
She said no to me the first time, and the second time she was like, So
She said yes originally, and now she's into no mode. Conor McGregor finally replied to Jake Paul. He did a little video, like, jackass, went viral. I do think they're going to fight. He also broke up, right? Jake Paul broke up with Julia Rose.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And now he's with some OnlyFans girls all over Instagram.
Girls?
Girls, yeah. 2, right? Sky Bree and Emily Salch. 2 OnlyFans girls.
Are they like known? Should I know who those names are?
I mean, if you like Lenny Balls would know who they are.
Well, Lenny Balls is the king.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like
king
OnlyFans
of
people will
what
know.
exactly?
OnlyFans. He ranks the top OnlyFans.
Fair,
Mm-hmm.
fair. I wonder what he ranks them.
I know.
I'm sure
I'm sure he's already ranked.
He's
them,
very
So
critical.
I don't know, he's dating them both?
Well, he's just posting with them, and like the girls are posting all with him, all over them.
Clout on clout on clout.
Yes, and then Julia Rose commented on the picture and tagged both of the girls and said, "Either of you want to come claim him since you're so eager to post him? Prime example of why I broke up with him. Feel free to post more shit to make me feel better about my decision." So she's on the train like, fuck Jake Paul.
Yeah, I mean that just sounds like jealousy to me.
Wait, why is she mad? Oh, I mean, I know why she's mad, but
Yeah.
yeah. What does that have to do with like why she broke up with him? Like she's not public, she's super public.
Yeah, but he's like commenting and saying like, "God damn, you're honestly so fucking hot. It's ridiculous." And she's just like, "Have some
I
respect
don't know why
for me."
I'm reading on your page.
Yeah, here you go.
I have them like right here. It's just you skipped ahead. I don't know where they are.
It's
No,
like
it's
the
right
page
here.
right
Boobs.
after.
I just saw your
Jake-
boobs. I
Yeah.
jumped ahead.
Yeah, you had it there.
All right. Okay.
Other side.
Oh, that's her. Wait.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Well, double side's stupid. I know we're saving
know, the
like
printers
trees,
fucked up.
but all right. Jake Paul
Saves
already
paper.
moved on after tweeting he was single February 24th, so he's with those 2 girls. Julia Rose for president. That's her
That's her Insta name, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, either of you want to come claim him since you're so eager to post him? Prime example of why I broke up with him. That makes no sense, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I feel like that
What
makes
makes no
her
sense?
look
Making that comment,
jealous.
or you think the comment in itself makes no sense?
You broke up with him? He wasn't posting with other girls, was he? Till they broke up.
I think he was doing shit like in the relationship,
Got it.
Yeah, I think
And
I'm
then
saying like
she's
this
So
is
he's
what was going
accusing
on.
him of basically of like
being a shit guy.
cheating.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, got it. Okay, fine.
Being a douche.
Okay.
Now she's
Because
just
I was,
blasting
I was
him.
gonna say I thought it was just like being public because Julia Rose is very public. She'd probably come on the show too.
Yeah, we should actually
Yeah,
get
we
her
should
on.
just have her on.
Yeah, I'll ask for the next show. All right, so that's the Jake Paul news. Now I'm lost on this double-sided bullshit.
So then we had Conor McGregor, and then
already
we
talked
we
about
hopped,
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we got James Charles in Minecraft.
Wow.
The game.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, Minecraft community does not fuck with James Charles.
That's so fucked up.
They do not like him whatsoever.
What is Minecraft?
It's a video game. You play Minecraft?
I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. Like we'd have sleepovers and all
play
that crazy like
Minecraft, yeah.
Minecraft Hunger Game Wars.
It's a
pretty
lot.
dope.
It's you play it in like middle school, high school. It's for younger kids.
Got it.
And
And they
he-
don't like him.
You can still play it when you're like 20. if you
Well,
want.
yeah, but that's the whole thing. So he posted his stats, and everyone's like, "Get the fuck off of here!
Yeah.
You groomed children. Now you're on the children's game."
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Shout out Minecraft. Probably the right move. I'm not saying he's
Probably.
doing anything, but James got to be a little smarter than playing the children's game in light of the shit he's
shit
gone
he-
through.
yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, people were just tweeting out like sometimes gatekeeping is okay.
Yeah, Minecraft
in
didn't
this
say it,
situation.
but the people on Minecraft
Okay.
did.
Good for keep the Minecraft community clean.
Keep it
Clean and safe.
Elon Musk and Grimes give second child another bizarre name, Exadark Citadel.
What the? It sounds like
Exadark.
a
Yes.
sounds like a super villain.
I don't hate the name Exa.
Exadark Citadel. That's
Exadark.
just a long name, though, and no one even knew that they were pregnant.
She was on the cover of Vanity Fair.
Yeah,
They
she's
weren't
actually
pregnant.
really
It
famous.
says-
Surrogate. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But still,
Oh
it's-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's not her. That's how you not know. What?
It's ringing. We can't figure out what it is.
That just sounds
It's
like
the
a little
bridge,
alarm,
probably.
yeah.
It's over.
Oh,
You guys get a nice view at least.
yeah, there
You
is.
like
There,
the-
you get to see people jet
yeah,
skiing.
jet skiing.
Yeah.
All right, so spring break. We already talked about it. You got your boobs picture.
Yep, got my boobs.
Oh, and
picture.
Josh with the first comment, 1,900 likes. The release date has arrived.
Yep.
And did you see her like with Waka Flocka?
I did that, and I was like, "What is going
Yeah,
on?"
what was that exactly? He was the headliner or something?
Yeah, we had me. I was hosting the event for Waka Flocka, and we were in Tampa yesterday, and then we flew here. And I thought he's like the coolest, chillest guy I've ever met.
Yeah, we've done a bunch with him. I
Yeah, and
think,
he loves
actually.
Barstool.
Good. I
So
like Waka
it was super
Flocka.
fun.
And now we got some videos to react to. Are we good with the timing and everything? All right, perfect.
Bryce's cut jokes. Oh, these are the ones that got cut out of the roast.
I think there's like a couple in there, but it's not like.
We still have to get yours.
Josh famously co-created an energy drink with me. I guess anything to get the taste of Dave Portnoy's balls out of his throat.
This was cut. Or this
I think that was cut. I think that was cut.
Josh Richard's best friend stole his ex-girlfriend, and now both of them have a very successful music career together.
Who's the fat guy behind you?
Jonas.
That's the
Vlog Squad.
Now, Jesus Christ. Jaden's the next MGK, and you co-host a podcast with a 50-year-old man who reviews pizza.
Oh, he's going after me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was really on that. That was a lot of his
That
material.
motherfucker.
He's been waiting. You
He's been
roasted
waiting.
him.
It's
Yeah.
been queuing.
And wait, those did or did not air?
One about Dave aired.
Yeah, there was one about you that aired, but I don't think all of them did. I think he posted like
One
a
of
couple
those two
clips.
did.
The balls one didn't air. I don't think.
Okay. Then
Keeps
maybe it
him
was the other
fucking
one.
44. You can't there's a big difference in 24
If you were 45,
and
you could
30.
round up. but-
24 and 30 is a big difference. 44 and 50, big difference.
Right.
Yeah.
I am turning 45 very soon, but whatever is what it
Almost,
is.
almost Jason Nash's age.
Nah,
That's tough.
nah.
Yep. Kind of close though.
What are you laughing about? Does Bryce know you slid in the DMs recently?
We already saw this.
This one was already out. I think he just wanted to react.
Look at my reaction to that. I'm like, wow. Josh slid into Josie's DMs to try to hang out while I was kind of like macking. Kind of fucked up considering what happened to him. That was a little shot at Josh, but love you, buddy.
Speaking of partying, I've seen Bryce sniff out more cocaine than a canine at the airport.
Everyone loved that joke. That is not fucking true. I don't do coke. I like shotgun energy drinks, Annie, and that's why I'm always so jittery and shit.
I mean, he definitely does.
No
coke.
comment. No comment on that
Yeah,
one.
no comment. But No, yeah, I think he was just like, he threw in like some of the jokes from the roast in a YouTube video, and he did like a reaction to them, kind of.
Got
So
it.
he did like a second
make
reaction,
the content,
put a couple extra jokes,
make the
in,
content
right?
pop.
Exactly.
He must not have said those, probably because no one. That's the first time I've seen or heard of the jokes about me. Not that I care, but that's the first I've heard.
Yeah, I
might
think they
have
got
been
cut. Nightmare,
Next.
but nightmare blunt rotation. This is a trend on TikTok.
Oh. So it's like you wouldn't want to have.
Yes.
You wouldn't want to have a blunt with her?
Nope.
What? Oh, dude, you're amongst. No,
Oh,
great
Dave.
now, Dave.
Who's that?
Victoria Paris. Damn,
honestly,
you made the nightmare blunt rotation.
It's like right behind Kendall Jenner. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if.
Like
would
that's
Kendall Jenner
actually
be
a
nightmare
compliment.
To smoke with you.
That's actually I get
Yeah,
super
people
fucked
hate
up.
her.
You get super fucked up when you smoke.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
feel
what
like
happens
you'd be
when you smoke?
You'd be the person where you
I get
just don't
wicked
talk.
fucked up.
You just be
Wicked
paranoid.
Like what? What? Like
Like I
just-
can do any drug, not that I do them, and be normal. If I smoke, I get different.
Like you're
But what
awkward.
is different, Dave?
Like just I'm on a different planet. It's like
Like, are you running around through walls?
no,
or are you like,
no,
like,
no,
way more like,
no. I
the
start
weirdo.
laughing at everything, and then I freak out and think I'm dying.
Oh, so are there like different phases? Like you have the giggly phase.
You know, he went to the hospital
Yeah,
from
yeah,
an
yeah.
edible, right?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that because like
Yeah.
you took it in front
Like
of your parents or something
I've
too,
done
right?
plenty of drugs over the course of my life and never had an issue with any of them.
But weed?
Weed,
Like
fucks
the
me
most
up.
basic one though.
And I like multiple times. Like I can
How
count.
much do you smoke though? Why don't you just take a couple puffs?
Do you think you're just
You
doing
just do
too much for
Monster Hits
yourself?
Club?
I'm trying. All right, so
Because it's not like you're a daily smoker, right? So you have no tolerance. So then you just go.
one
and
time,
smoke, and it's
one
like,
time was a joint that I thought I was begging my roommate to call 911. The other time was a nerd rope, which
Oh, like the edibles.
Edibles fuck you
no,
up,
That's
though.
crazy though, man. That is pretty crazy.
which I was literally like making my friend feed me freeze pups because I was like, I'm dying.
Who is
I'm
this
dying.
rock star friend you got?
No,
'Cause
these are different
Oh, okay, I was
situations.
gonna say if this is one friend.
The
You gotta
nerd
keep them
rope,
around for
I
a long
went
time.
to sleep
Yeah, I'd be
and
like,
woke
can't do
up
the same
halfway through it, and then the
The high was so intense you woke up.
yeah.
God, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Weed doesn't like,
Dave can't hang.
No, he can't at all.
but like other shit, but that I can't. And it's not cokey. I don't coke, but it's
So
like,
so then you would be in the nightmare blunt rotation.
I
you
don't
just
think
be
that's
sitting
how,
there
I
in,
don't
like, a
think that's
fetal
how.
position.
That's
Yeah,
what I
you'd
do.
be like,
I
call
rock.
a
I
fucking
rock.
police. Call
I
me.
rock,
Call
and
911,
I'm
call
like,
911.
someone call 911. They're like, it's in your head.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
a nightmare.
My
That would
heart
make
is
us
not in
wanna
my
go to
head.
the
We're gonna
hospital.
be like, oh fuck, dude,
Yeah.
you're spreading your
And it's
anxiety.
like,
on
my
you.
heart is not. My head is beating. It's going to explode. And then I Google like I was making.
Then you play Dr. Google after.
Yeah, I was
that's
making
even worse, man.
The one with my parents was making Silvana Google whether you could die from fucking power
Come
things,
on.
whatever.
Oh
But
my God, that's
I'll
hilarious.
take being next to. First of all, that's an indirect compliment because the people. Let me see who she put in there again.
There were a couple in there that were like,
Kylie is or Kendall is an A-list superstar.
but that doesn't mean they're gonna be a great time. When
I
you
don't care.
smoke.
I just like being listed in the same category with him. That's a compliment.
So you're just saying you're one amongst.
Like,
the
first of all, I don't know who you are, and I don't like you. I'll take it.
right? I mean,
A-list. That she's
but
A-list.
this is like a different trend. I feel like.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Picked a nice picture of me. Jake Paul, fine, superstar. Who else?
James Charles.
Coming off that Minecraft thing, probably don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah, not the best one.
She's just trying to pick people she don't like. All right, continue. Who is that again?
That's Victoria Paris. She's a TikToker.
Why do they not like her?
She's widely hated by people on TikTok. A lot of people love her, but a lot of people hate her. She's got a niche audience.
But like,
I
what
like
is it
her.
that she does that makes people hate her?
People just think she's I don't know, unlikable.
Oh, okay.
Send me that. I may just like duet that, smoke, and just have like 10 pictures of that girl. Be like, that, like
No, I don't.
who my least favorite people in the world, and then just cut
It's just
to her
different
10
pictures of her.
It's just her.
every 10 times.
She'd be
that's
fu- a lot.
crazy.
I think everyone besides
And then what you should do, you
James
should leave
Charles
a little bit of
sucks.
room at the end of the video, right? Like 3 seconds. So when you're like 45 minutes into that blunt hit, you post 3 seconds of you in the fetal position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like you get to kind of show the whole story.
Yeah. All right. Is that everybody on that? I
There's
don't
like
know.
Ellen in there too.
I think the only bad one is James Charles.
Ellen's in there.
Ellen's got in trouble for being like me, and she's weird. Whatever. That's A-list, though. Whatever.
I mean,
Fuck
yeah.
that girl. All right. Next video.
You got a fan takes Ferrari for a test drive.
This is you?
I don't think so.
Oh, great. Oh, they're feeling the boots.
She jumped out of a moving car in the middle of the highway with no shoes on for that. That was crazy.
What's that have to do with a Ferrari?
Yeah. Are
they
the
calling
boobs
your
Oh,
boobs a
Ferrari titties, yeah.
Why Ferrari titties? What's that mean?
That's a thing.
Paid a lot for them. Ferrari price titties.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
That sounds like a rapper bar. You know what I'm saying?
Ferrari
Yeah.
titties.
I bought her them Ferrari titties.
I didn't know
Yeah.
I'm
that.
saying like that's kind of
Ferrari
tough.
titties,
Yeah.
baby.
All right. And then we have the interview that was supposed to go last week, going this week. Josh Peck, really good interview.
Great interview.
So that's the episode. So I drove along. What?
Oh, this is a good point.
That's the one going viral.
Viral.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
has-
because
why'd
I
you say
posted
run
about
it
this.
back? Oh. Doors versus wheels. So that's just going viral. It's a question. Like I don't
think
even
it's
know.
mega
who's doors.
viral. I
think it's
There's
gotta be
more
wheels.
doors or
So wheels.
Wheels.
in the world.
I
So
keep going
wheels.
back and forth on it.
I think it's got to be wheels. Shopping carts.
but
Think
But
about those. They don't even have one door.
look how many doors are just in this room alone.
Yeah, but like if you bought the right furniture, there'd be wheels in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
How
some
many
of these
doors are-
like
oh, yeah.
tables have
I mean,
wheels
there's-
under them and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be doors.
Think of factories, man. You know those factories, and they have the machines.
But how
There's
many doors are-
thousands
how
of
many
fucking
doors are
wheels
in the
that make
factories?
the whole like factory go around. You know what I mean? And
no,
then
it's gotta be
ship.
doors
Nah, you're so wrong.
because like third world country may not have cars.
They don't have doors.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. It's just open ways. It's just like an entrance, man.
You've been thinking about this.
I've so been thinking about it.
Yeah.
They just like make a hole in the wall. That's not a door.
I guess it's like what is the definition?
A
of,
door
like,
has to have
a door?
hinges. A door has
Is
to
that
have
the
hinges.
rule? I haven't given this
100%.
any thought at all.
You
till
really have to think-
now. I've
well-
seen people talking about it.
Wheels, yeah. Like think of all this. When I was in the airport, I was like, look at all the suitcases with wheels on them.
Boom. How many doors they got?
A lot though.
None in a suitcase.
Oh, not a suitcase.
Yeah, wait. It's definitely
I'm at
doors.
the airport.
How are you still on doors?
Because I was just thinking cars, but it's a draw.
No,
Well,
it
there's-
isn't.
there's
because
4
every
doors
transport trucks,
and
boom,
4 cars.
more wheels, right?
Yeah,
okay,
but-
then you go to every car in the world. It's either a tie or it's 2-4.
But look
because
at that.
two-door
Like I'm
cars,
looking
4
at this
wheels.
like this hotel right now.
Motorcycles.
Yeah, look at all the
No
look at-
doors.
but then think of all the buildings.
Yeah, it's buildings.
Those are like windows and shit.
No,
What are you
that-
talking about? A
those are-
hotel has
A million
gazillion
doors.
And they
And
have
there's 20
so
in
many
here.
maids that carry around carts with 4
No,
wheels
they
on.
don't.
them.
There's
Laundry.
way more
Boom.
doors
Again,
than
Definitely doors.
maid
I would
carts.
actually bet my life now on doors.
I wouldn't even bet close to my life on that.
I don't know how to figure it out, but it's definitely doors.
I don't think you can figure it out. Think
No,
about
you can't.
how
Definitely doors.
often every car goes through a new tire, right? That's a wheel.
What?
A tire's a wheel. It goes round. It's a circle.
Yeah, but you're just cars don't go
Cars-
through tires that often.
You have your summer tires in Canada, your winter tires.
That's
You
not
got to get
that
a new
much.
pair of
Yeah,
tires
but-
every 4 years.
No, it's doors. It's
Yeah, but that's just for
doors.
cars. There's look at how many
Definitely
doors are in
doors.
here.
That's
Definitely
so many.
doors.
You don't replace your doors. How often am I like, I need a new door?
But think of all the construction and all the buildings.
Hotels, buildings. It's not even close.
You haven't come up with a new thing besides hotels or buildings, and
But
I've
that's
named
an
like 10
important-
different things.
That's like an important thing.
the ocean.
We'll never
How many
know.
wheels are in the bottom
Like
of the
if
ocean?
you're going
so
into-
many.
No, you're going into
How many doors are
cities
on
like
the boats in the
Tokyo, which are in China. They're so congested with doors, not cars necessarily, because they're not driving cities. Doors.
And they all have mopeds there, right? Boom. Mopeds, no doors,
Oh, it's
wheels.
walking. I don't have anything in New York. I just have doors.
When you go to like
Doors.
Budapest and shit, they're driving around in mopeds everywhere.
Yeah, but there's doors everywhere.
Yeah, but way more mopeds
Nah,
than
yeah,
doors.
I'd go
And there's
doors.
2 wheels
I'd
in
go
every
doors.
moped, sometimes 3.
Doors. Get it Upside. Are you looking for extra cash? Then Get Upside is perfect app for you. You earn 30% cash back grocery stores, restaurants, food delivery. Just use the promo code BFF. That's us. People can earn 3x more cash back with Get Upside than any other product. Includes loyalty programs, credit card rewards. Just use the promo code BFF. Download the Get Upside app. Use promo code BFF to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on your first tank. Just use the code BFF. That's code BFF. There's no points or loyalty rewards here. Users get real cash and can cash out anytime. That's good. So Get Upside. They're a new one. Okay, another episode of BFF. This week we got special guest Josh Peck. And I am going to be the first to admit, when we did the pregame, I had to kind of tip my cap to the young crowd in the BFF part of this. I'm 44, so I have heard of Josh and Drake, which probably Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh, you almost had it. You were close.
Fair.
Well, I mean, what year was this? Did this air?
It was it aired from 2004 to 2007. But fun fact, because kids TV doesn't have residuals, it's still on every day.
Yeah. And you don't get any of that?
Nah, zero.
That's
Yikes.
fucked up.
I've worked through it. It's taken a while, but I'm here at 35 telling you I'm okay now.
Wow, that's insane. I thought you would still get like a check every once in a while just for the old replays, but nothing.
Is that all? Is that still the case for every kid show, or do you just get screwed?
It's a good question. I think I was a generation of kids who got screwed. It just was sort of that early days. Like, I mean, in a weird way, like it was Keenan and Kel. I don't know if you remember that, or like all that, and then my show. So I think now kids have gotten way smarter, and they're getting that back.
And that makes sense, by the way, to clarify. So I was probably 28-ish, if I'm doing my math, when that started. So I'm not saying I wouldn't be like into that demo at the time, but that is why this is much more Bree, Josh, or like very excited.
It would have been a little weird if that was your favorite show when you were 30.
A little bit. But he's got a new book coming out, which happy people are annoying, so we're definitely on the same page with that on March 15th.
Oh, good.
I'll leave this a little bit to you two, Bree, Josh. This is your guy, and kind of an icon of you guys growing up.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, 100%. I remember I used to run home from the bus stop every day to like get over to my friend's house because actually my mom and dad didn't let me watch your show. They thought that when I was younger, I had a strict household and what I was allowed to view on TV. And when I was like
religious, you guys Christian?
We were Catholic household.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And there was just, I guess they felt that there were a couple things in the show that weren't meant for my eyeballs. But no, I would sneak over to my friend's house after school every day, run off the bus, and we just binge watch. Like there used to be like 3 episodes that would play in a row from like 3:30 to 4:30 to 5 on the channel we had, and it was just like every day, Drake and Josh.
Oh man, well it means the world to me. It's wild to me after all these years. I mean, because Josh, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Right. So like you didn't even watch it when it was first on, right?
No,
like no. And it's crazy how it sort of like withstood the test of time. But I think because it's like, it's a pretty basic concept, right? Like so many kid shows are about like wizards or, no shade on Selena Gomez, but like it's, it can be these fantastic ideas. But Drake and Josh was like about 2 brothers who were totally different, having to come together with divorced parents, remarrying, and like an evil stepsister. So I feel like a lot of people could identify with that.
Yeah, it's like a timeless show. Pretty timeless.
Exactly. Yeah, it holds the test of time. Like it's going to be relatable still in 10, 15 years.
Yeah, but you always played the happy, you're like Josh, you're the happy guy. You always were like kind of typecasted as the happy little funny guy. And then you come out with this book and you're like, happy people are annoying. So it was a really big switch up to kind of be like, hey, maybe I wasn't that happy during that time. Was it kind of scary coming out with this book and changing the narrative a little bit?
Well, I think that's why I made the book cover what it is. That and because my publisher told me yellow really pops on Amazon. But I say in the back that my book cover was voted most punchable book cover because that face. But that's how people know me, right? Is like kind of a cornball. And me, I don't know if anyone has a strong feeling about me, great or bad. They're just like, yeah, we know this kid. We grew up with him. And then to kind of like get into the story of the things that I went through as I was very much growing up right in front of you, that there were challenges, there were hard times. I mean, especially being 300 pounds on television when I was 16. Like
you were 300 pounds?
Dave, I was a big boy, my friend.
How'd you lose that weight? You look skinny right now.
Thanks, man. I lost it when I was 19, but my awkward teenage years, most people
Did you have surgery or did you just work out?
I just worked out.
Wow. That's incredible, dude. That's incredible.
Thanks.
You got a clap out of Josh on that. He was like, he gave you
an
like
that's. I mean, I have a friend that just went through. I have a friend that just went through the surgery, and I know how hard that is. So to like just be able to also just work it off, like that's unreal, man.
I appreciate it, and I think like, look, a lot of kids have awkward teenage years, and then they burn their yearbooks and swear their families to secrecy when they grow out of it. But mine are in reruns, right? So I thought at 35, like it's the most millennial thing I've ever done, which is write a memoir at 35. It's in some ways I can't stand myself, but I was like, here I am. A lot of people grew up with me, and I think they have an image of me and sort of this idealized happy dude. And like, while I'm certainly happy today, it was challenging in moments, and I feel like I'm kind of pulling back the curtain on that.
I've been just like taking notes as you've been going. My first note was, what do you mean Selena Gomez wizard?
She was on a show called Wizards of Waverly Place.
Dave.
I had no idea.
You just don't know
Wow.
anything about this world, I guess.
Right when he said that, I took a note. So, all right, this show, if I'm going to turn back, and you'll probably know, Josh, I'm going to throw out shows that to me are like iconic shows when I'm growing up. Where does your show fit in with like the Saved by the Bells, The Boy Meets World? Like, are we on the same page as these shows? Is it?
I would say for my like generation, yes. Everyone knows
I would
Drake
say
and
so
Josh.
for like Brianna said. I would say so when you get to a certain age. I mean, I still watch Boy Meets World when I was growing up. Like that's something that I was watching as well. But I would say my younger brother, that's 7 years younger than me, he's definitely still watching Drake and Josh.
Do these shows still exist or no because of social media now? Like, is Nickelodeon and Disney still pumping out like
they don't hit like
stars
they
and
used to?
But do you think that's the case, or is it just because we're older and every generation has always been like, these new kids, they don't know what to watch? Like, because my friend's kids, shout out Len, his sons like love this show Henry Danger, which is like the next version of Drake and Josh. Just it's for 12-year-olds, so I don't mess with it.
Yeah. I think there is something to that where it's like it's the same thing with like when the new Space Jam came out and everyone shit on the new Space Jam and was like, this is awful, it doesn't even hold up close to the original. It's like, yeah, you're also 40 now watching a movie that was meant for like 8-year-olds and you watched the first one when you were 8, so it's not going to be the same.
But
you know what I mean?
then if you look back at like Disney Channel, like when Wizards of Waverly plays Hannah Montana, every single person from those shows are A-list celebrities.
I know, time out. I know, that's where I'm thinking, like Hannah Montana, I would put on the list, and maybe that's because Miley became such a huge star, but I'd put that on the list of Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, and I didn't watch Hannah Montana, but I know what it is. Wizards of Waverly, or whatever you said, I have no idea what that is.
I don't think Wizards is on that level, but I still think that Drake and Josh was bigger than probably Wizards of Waverly Place was.
I had heard of Drake and Josh, but I did not you could have put a lineup and I wouldn't have been like, that's Josh, that's Drake. The other characters, like the way you described your character strangely remind me of Steve Urkel a little bit, just hearing you describe it, kind of like a dorky, everyone wants to punch him. And he had a hard time like shedding that image, I think, throughout his adulthood.
I think you're so right. I mean, certainly he was like this lovable kid. And to the creators of the show, they were smart in that like I was overweight and kind of nerdy on the show, but I was also like incredibly smart and really funny. Like I always got the hard jokes, whereas Drake, who's sort of like the naturally good-looking, cool guy, was kind of dumb and a bit of the straight man. So it was a good balance for sure. But you're right. Like I find people marry themselves to the first image that they fall in love with you as. So for me, that was as this chubby kid on Drake and Josh. And like, look, people love, Steve Carell. He's one of our greatest actors, but on some level, he'll be Michael Scott to a lot of people forever, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite show of all time, by the way. But and let's not do a dessert. Chubby is a euphemism if you were weighing 300 pounds. I mean,
I was a big kid.
Yeah, that's Fat Albert territory.
I was set heavy. I was like looking at chairs, doing a quick mathematical equation, making sure that it could support
everything would hold up.
So how did you get cast for this? Did your parents bring you? Did you want to act? Or they're like, look at that fatso, he'd fit right in for what we need?
I think I certainly did satisfy the funny fat guy role in that moment. But I started doing stand-up comedy when I was 9 years old in New York.
That's crazy. That's so young.
Yeah, that's a brutal market too to start at 9 years old. Like New York,
brutal market.
Who goes
in New York? I didn't even know how to like chew my gum when I was 9. Like, that's an interesting. Tell that story.
Yeah, going right from tying shoes to telling jokes.
I was, I was this chubby, funny kid, so it wasn't going to be Little League for me. But I had a single mom, I'm an only child. And so like, I didn't have a dad actually knocking some sense into us being like, what? Study algebra, shut up. Like, you're not going to go to a stand-up club at 11 o'clock at night. But I basically was just chubby, cute, and ambitious. And that's a good formula. And I found an agent in New York at 9. I read in this thing called Backstage Magazine. It was like an actor's magazine.
Yep.
And there was this ad for this guy, Sid Gold at Gold Star Entertainment, shout out.
That
and he's
has
like,
to be a fake name.
I know. Gold Star Entertainment.
I think he's still alive. I'm sure he now represents Jennifer Lawrence. No, I don't know who he represents. But But he's like, yo, I can get you some stage time if you put an act together. And I put 5 minutes together. And for the rest of that year, I was performing at Stand Up New York and Caroline's Comedy Club. They'd have to sneak me in through the back, like at 11 o'clock at night, so they wouldn't lose their liquor license. And it was kind of the thing that started me. And by the time I was 13, I booked this show called The Amanda Show with Amanda Bynes, which was like
Josh
my
didn't know who
first
that
thing.
was last week.
I don't know who.
Really?
Amanda,
It threw me
think-
for a loop. That was devastating for me.
What do you think of, not to go deep, but what do you think? She was in the news she's gone a little cuckoo. Like, what do you think of that whole situation?
You know, I gotta say, recently I've seen her in the last 2 years, and I've loved her since we were 14. Like, she's been good people for as long as I've known her. And by the way, like, wildly talented. Like, Josh, you might not have seen it, but Dave, did you see She's the Man? Like,
yes, yep.
She's awesome. And so I just have always had a deep love for her. And selfishly, I want to see her act again, because I don't think anyone does what she does.
Is there any old footage of your stand-up routines floating around? Do you know that?
Probably. I've done my best to wash the internet of it, but I was on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Just cut to the clip. You want me to introduce it? Or
Listen, you're giving us far, far too much credit if you think we're like that organized. Our producer, you want to talk about, you were more advanced at age 9 than our producer is at like 30. So if you think we have this stuff like lined up, definitely not true. Yeah. It's crazy because in an alternate universe, and Bree can probably speak to this a little bit, you would have been like a Barstool employee. If I was walking down the street and saw a 300-pound 9-year-old, I would have been like, bring him in here.
Yeah, Dave,
and he's
Dave
part
would
of
have
our
recruited
cast.
you so quickly. He would have got
those
you in that office.
300-pound 9-year-olds doing stand-up at Caroline's in New York do not grow on trees. That is for sure.
Dude, I started doing the Rosie O'Donnell show and the Conan O'Brien show and like all these things at 12. And then finally I did my first movie for Nickelodeon, because I would constantly audition, because I was like, Nickelodeon, you want what I'm selling. You may not know it yet, but I've got your secret sauce. And I did this movie called Snow Day, which was like with Chevy Chase and all these people. And I'm making this guy laugh one day, like doing some of my old shtick. And my mom sidles up to me, and being the good Jewish mother she is, she goes, yo, you know, you're making laugh. That's the president of Nickelodeon. Like, tell him you want to be on the Amanda Show. And I did. And 9 months later, I get a call saying, I'm flying you and your mom to California, and you're going to start on this show. And 6 months later, I got Drake and Josh. So It was like, that was a moment that changed my life.
Crazy. So for this is more for like, I guess all of you. Are you that recognizable where if you're walking down the street every single day, like lots of people are stopping you to be like, oh, Josh, do they recognize you that? Oh, you've gone through a drastic, obviously, like change body type, but is it still like, would you guys recognize them, Bree and Josh, if you saw him instantly? Be like, yep.
I would. I mean,
yeah.
I watched his TV, and then I also
been watching on
he started
YouTube,
with David. Yeah, with YouTube and everything. Like I was watching that as well when I was younger.
Wow.
I also lost weight on the show, right? So I lost 100 pounds between the 3rd and 4th season. So everyone was like, he must be on crystal meth. But I was like, no, this actually took 2 years. But so I've sort of been this size also a bit while I was on the show.
And reading the notes, so you've done, which is remarkable, starting there so young. You've also successfully, which not a lot of people can probably say, is morphed with the times. So Vine, YouTube, all of it, staying on top of the trends.
Yeah, it was never like my plan. When people would give me credit for pivoting into social media, I'm like, listen, if I was Leonardo DiCaprio, I wouldn't have been like, is there a fire Vine I can come up with? Right, yeah. But I was, I'm a journeyman actor, which a lot of people think if you have a show like Drake and Josh, you'll never face hard times again. But that's not the case. When you're a kid actor, people have a certain perception of you, and you're always going to have to fight till you do that thing as an adult that really breaks through. And so there were moments where I was like kind of floundering in my career, and then I do a Vine and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't have to wait for a producer. I don't have to beg for this job. Like I can go straight to the audience. And I remember after like 6 months of totally leaning into Vine, someone was like, you have more followers than Harry Styles. And I was like, well, Harry Styles beats me in everything else in life. So for this small win, I'll take it.
That is nuts. How did you describe yourself as a journeyman actor?
Yeah, like just a guy. I've been really lucky. I've worked a fair amount, and I've gone from like role to role, but never had like that crazy, insane thing that really puts you over the top.
The reason I ask that, I'm looking at the movies you've been in, and it's pretty wild. Like, and I wouldn't have guessed any of them. Turner and Hooch, which
was the show, yeah.
Oh wait, that's not the movie?
No, so the movie's from the 80s with Tom Hanks, and then we just remade it and did 12 eps on Disney Plus. But I was thinking, Josh, what you were saying earlier about Space Jam and how people fall in love with these things as kids. Like, I remember when the show came out and some of the reviewers were like, how dare you remake this like beloved, iconic film? And I watched the movie and it's cute, but I wanted to be like, guys, this is not The Godfather.
Right.
All due respect. It's cute. But
That would
like,
happen.
come on.
Yeah, I always wonder, that's like the Star Wars. If somebody watched like Star Wars for the first time with no hubbub about it right now, like what would they think of Star Wars? They may love it, who knows? But what was cutting edge, like theatrics and special effects, are clearly not anymore. Still looking at this, Red Dawn, Captain America. I mean, Ice Age.
I'm not in Captain America. That's a funny one. Chris Evans' assistant and best friend, his name is Josh Peck. And so sometimes I get credit for working in the crew of Chris Evans movies, which, by the way, I would do anyway. Shout out Chris. He's very handsome.
Yeah, I would just take that. Nobody would ever know. It made it.
Yeah,
too
just
long.
take the credit and don't tell anyone that story anymore. You should just drop that story.
We'll cut
Winter
that.
Soldier was an incredible experience, and I'm so glad of my character's arc in that movie.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even understand how this part gets connected, but you're also a part of the vlog squad?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I certainly, I haven't, been in videos for a couple of years, but there was about a year and a half where I was in a lot of videos.
The original, the OG crew.
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
I would say you were part of kind of that like original, I would say like mid to late original group. I think you came in just before David really started like taking off on YouTube.
Yeah, and you stayed for a while.
I think you're right. I started... this Jason Nash, who's obviously on the Mount Rushmore of the vlog squad, he hit me up one day in 2017 or 2016, and I was just on this show where I played John Stamos' son, which makes no sense because I wish I could call 9-year-old 300-pound Josh Peck and be like, one day we're going to be able to pass for John Stamos' son. So don't trip out when no one dances with you at your bar mitzvah. And anyway, the show gets canceled and I'm just kind of like, oh, like everything that all this, work that I put into these things, it's so out of my control. And Jason calls me one night in December. He's like, yo, I'm working with this kid. He's funny. Do you want to come and do a sketch? He loves Drake and Josh. I said, sure. So I show up the next day. We put together this like improv for an hour. We shoot it. It's done. It's really funny. And I remember thinking, if this kid calls me the next day, I'll do something. I'll keep coming. Now, I didn't know he'd call me every day for the next year and a half. But, and again, I leaned into something where it felt like powerful to be able to go straight to the audience and make my own content.
Now, I don't know if there's anything to this sheet. Like I said, our producer, not always. But is there any, it says all... It looks like you cleaned your Instagram of David Dobrik, or maybe not, but you don't talk about him. Is there anything to that, bad blood, or that's not really even just true?
No, it's not true at all. I mean, I remember seeing that article came out and that was not true at all. But, we're friends and I've been lucky enough to be like working a fair amount lately, and I have a kid, a 3-year-old. So I haven't, been around for like a year or two, but no, that's not true at all.
I'm looking, I guarantee you I'm the only one who knows what this means, but so you proposed 2016, got married June 2017. Your wife's husband, your wife's dad, excuse me.
Your wife's husband, wait a second.
Your wife's husband, former Jets QB Ken O'Brien. I am definitely the only one on this panel who knows who Ken O'Brien is. I believe was he number 7?
Number 7. Well done, Dave. I'm impressed.
Crazy.
Yeah, my father-in-law is a proper quarterback in the NFL for over 10 years.
Yeah.
He's basically my hero. Like I do feel like God was like, well, you didn't get much of a father, but we'll throw you Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien.
He's the best.
Bare bottom clothing. It's quickly become a favorite for the guys at the Barstool office. So actually all the guys at Barstool always wearing bare bottom. Makes sense. Everything they make is insanely comfortable, versatile, super, super good. Things like short swim trunks that come in 5.5 different 7-inch inseams. So you like the shorties, right? You guys both wear shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
they make
perfect.
5-10 people look a little taller.
Yeah.
Because you see more leg.
Correct.
Yeah, so you want to be wearing these, the bare bottom clothing. So one of the coolest things about bare bottom is that they use recycled plastic bottles to make a lot of their best-selling styles. So it's good for the environment. If you're a guy looking for premium quality everyday threads without the premium price, then you need to check them out. So you can go to barebottomclothing.com/BFFs, get free shipping on your first purchase. If you want to look good, you're going to be wearing bare bottom clothing.
Do they make like shirts or no?
They make it all. Yeah, they have
Dave
everything.
could use a t-shirt.
You should have wished we had some bare bottom here for you.
Stained shirt.
Yeah. Dave rolled up pretty dirty today.
I did. I must have thought sometimes I won't burn shirts. Like if I go to dinner and I just put it on and off. It's like I'm not gonna rewash. I'll save it.
Right, because you wore it for like 2 hours.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Clearly, I went to
You
an
had a good
Italian
dinner.
restaurant and fucking got sauce all over me.
And it was
Whatever.
dark in the restaurant, so you walked out and you didn't know.
I did. I could smell like that it was worn. So
He doesn't stink that bad.
No, it smells like
pasta
perfume, cologne, something. I can't
like
tell.
3-day-old cologne kind of
Yeah. So we have a game to play with you, and it's called Brie. Do you know the game we're doing here?
Yeah, so childhood star word association. Do you know like word association will just throw up a child star and then the first thing that comes to your head, you say it. Whether it's good, it's bad, it's just whatever comes to your head.
Like a Rocheblot or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Rorschach.
Rorschach.
There we go.
You said you were the smart fat kid.
Dave doesn't pronounce anything correctly.
No.
And we play it with you, by the way. So
Yeah, but we'll let you hit it first.
Okay.
All right.
Bet.
Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, the best. Love her. My little sister. Love her. The best. Actually, the best.
The best.
I don't know who she is.
Oh, obviously I just say
What?
Megan.
You don't know iCarly, dude? Come on.
I've heard of iCarly. Is that Carly?
Yeah, that's Carly.
And she played Josh's little sister Megan in Drake and Josh.
I've heard of iCarly, but I had no idea who she was.
Yeah, the first thing. Yeah, I feel like the first thing I see when I see Miranda Cosgrove is just iCarly.
Or Boob, because she called them boobs.
She played my sister on Drake and Josh. I met her when she was 8. I was like, 13, and I love her. Like, I feel like she's my sister now. I remember like there was a rapper who was like hollering at her on the internet a couple years ago, like Lil Pump or something.
Yeah, I think it was Lil Pump.
I was like, yo, I have a resentment against Lil Pump right now.
Why am I mad right now?
Yeah, this guy better come correct. Like, don't disrespect my little sister.
You got that blood boiling and everything. It's just like, shit. You got that older brother like confidence all of a sudden. You know what I mean? You're ready to go fight for.
Kind of looks like Nick Lachey's new wife, current wife.
98 Degrees.
Yes.
Great. People sleep on it.
Okay.
Kiki Palmer.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer.
Killing it, right? Isn't she in Jordan Peele's new movie? Killing it. I don't know her, but good for you, Kiki. I'm jealous.
Yeah, she's absolutely crushing it.
I don't know her.
You don't know Kiki Palmer?
Really?
Yeah, no.
So these are all childhood stars. You don't know her? I guess she might be in the same era as Amanda Bynes.
What was she in?
Wasn't she in like?
I feel like Josh
Jump
had
In?
like a TV off era at his house, where it's like he went through a phase, just like no more TV for Josh.
Well, I had like
Or
a rule in my
spelling
house
bees?
where it was like 30 minutes of screens a day. So I was very selective in what I got
Fair.
to watch. You know what I'm saying? It was like I only had 30 minutes. I was picking only like the top tier, my favorite thing. I wasn't necessarily going to the Amanda show. You know what I mean?
But thank God for your dirtbag friend who would bring you over to his house.
Oh
and let
yeah,
you watch
yeah,
whatever you wanted.
yeah. Thank God for those super irresponsible household that just let us wreak havoc across the entire home. I love that.
Shout
Snacks.
his name
it was
out.
amazing.
Just give.
You know what? Noah
give out
Hubbard.
his full name.
Noah Hubbard. Thank you so much, my man. I love you, dog. You let me watch Drake and Josh and eat brownies on your couch all the time. It was amazing.
Drake Bell.
It's fine. I wish him the best.
Fine. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Are you guys like not friends?
Not really. No.
What
There was like
Drake
there
Bell
was
went
like
down a bad path.
There was a long story with Drake. I feel like you didn't invite him to your wedding, right? That's what
I
happened.
didn't invite him to my wedding, and the internet went crazy.
Well, I'm going to say this. You're like a very positive guy during this thing. You've had nothing but great things to say about everybody. This guy, it looked like you're going to shoot an arrow at his forehead when they put his... So I don't know the backstory at all, but you clearly do not like this guy.
I mean, I guess I could tell the story of my wedding. So I get married to my wife, and like I married this good Irish Catholic girl. You know, shout out Josh Catholics, and
shout out.
you know, and so we have like this small wedding. And the dirty little secret, I guess, was like I knew that Drake and I didn't stay in touch for the 10 years since we had made the show, but no one needed to know that. Like I was happy to just die with that secret that like. We made this thing that people really love, but maybe we weren't that close. So I didn't invite him to my wedding because I hadn't really talked to him in many, many years. Cut to, I'm getting married that night, and I see these text messages from him, like cursing me out, coming for me. I'm like, on the night of my wedding. And I'm like, yo, and it's delusional because I'm like, bro, it's like we worked at Coffee Bean when we were 16. Like, I'm sorry, I'm 31 now. I might have lost your number. But
by the way, the same cell phone for that long a time is wild.
That's
too
impressive. Yeah.
I know. I got it at 16. I've been able to, thank God for being able to block numbers, because every time my number leaks, I can just kind of.
Okay, so he was surprised he wasn't invited then? If he's going bananas on you?
He's surprised, but then he takes to the internet and he starts writing these tweets that immediately like catch fire. And so then he like leans in and goes on this press tour about how heartbroken he is and like creating this narrative that just wasn't true. And here I am, like, I don't care about me, it's whatever. I signed up to be a public person, it is what it is. But here's my wife, right, who's like getting torn down on the internet. And I'm like, she's private and she just got married. Can't you just enjoy this? So that was like, I remember, I'm gonna give you guys the exclusive.
Let's do it.
I love it.
A month later, it was like a month and a half, and like there was really, I mean, Dave, you know, like there was nothing for me to say, right? Because what was the right thing to say? You know, guys, we were never that close. Like then I'm the bearer of bad news, so I just had to eat it and let him, you know, go wild. And I remember that I was at the Video Music Awards, and I see him there, and he sees me, and I go up to him, like, and this might be the most Sopranos thing I've ever done. And I look at him and I go apologize to my wife right now. And he goes, okay. And he like made a beeline for my wife, and I see him do like this whole 5-minute performance of an apology. And it was like, I was like, go apologize to my wife or something bad's gonna happen. Wow. I was like, good for me.
That is very Sopranos. So
yeah,
you
bossed up.
Yeah. Is that the last communication?
Pretty much.
Huh.
So you guys were never close during when you were filming Drake and Josh? You were just kind of co-stars?
We were just, you know, we were kids, right? So we were like, obviously there were times where we were closer than not, but when inevitably the show ended, I mean, we're just totally different kids. Like I say in my book, I was like this kid from New York who was in the Beastie Boys, and he was a kid from Orange County who was into the Beach Boys. Like it was just different people.
Right.
And inevitably, but like, here's the thing, you can't pick your hits, right? This is why Billy Joel won't perform Uptown Girl anymore. Like Drake and Josh is something I'll be synonymous with forever, and I'm proud of it. And I want to like the guy that my name is attached to forever. But unfortunately, you know, it just sort of worked out the way that it did.
Do you think he would have invited you to his wedding?
No.
So he was just making publicity to draw attention to it, and guess that is the way you perceive it, basically. And it's also kind of weird. He had to know you're getting married before the day of to like hit you up
on
then,
the day,
wedding.
as
on
opposed
the day
to as opposed to the wedding. Did he give you a gift?
Not a gift, nothing.
Wow.
We were registered at Crate and Barrel. It would have been an easy win.
Yeah. By the way, that gives him the higher ground. If he's like, I got him a gift, I did everything. If you're gonna go on that attack, at least cover your bases.
Have some evidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some plates and bowls.
Okay,
It must have felt like super rock star though to get that moment to tell him like, hey, go tell my wife you're sorry.
Did she
like
accept
maybe
it?
that's the gift. Maybe that's the gift. You got to go tell him off at those awards. That's pretty rock star.
Yeah, I mean, look, my wife's good people, so she wasn't tripping. Like, she wasn't going to hold on to some resentment, because it just was unfortunate the way it worked out. But yeah, I think I just went, it was one of the few times in my life where I think like I went blind and just like my emotions put me right in that place.
Yeah, I mean, to go bananas at that time in somebody's life is crazy. Wow. All right. Do we have more of these? I'm glad we had that. Sheesh. No, I'm getting on.
That was good. Hilary
Duff, again, the greatest. Like I play her boyfriend on How I Met Your Father right now, and and she's easy to have a crush on. She's just good people, total pro, and
Icon.
I like
she's
her.
queen.
She's an icon. I
Total
believe
icon.
back in the day, I sometimes get. I don't know if she still is. She was married to a hockey guy, right? Like Mike Comiso or something
Yeah,
at one
from the
point.
Islanders.
Yeah. So I remember we used to do this thing before, like copyright. It was Guess That Ass. And it's like I would just go find a paparazzi picture, crop it. It was an ass, and people guess who it is. We did this for like, I don't know, 8 years straight till paparazzis are like, it was almost pre-internet. Like we're ahead of, it's like I didn't even know it was illegal. Turns out it is, so we stopped doing it. We did Hillary Duff, and I remember her quote tweeting it, being like, "This is the proudest my husband's ever been of me." So ever since she did that, I'm like Team Hillary Duff forever.
Wow, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
legend.
Yeah,
She's
Lizzie McGuire.
easy to love.
Yeah. Now, see, and that's where I get confused on my age because I know exactly who she is. Like, I haven't known the prior girls. Is she just that far, like, above the others?
You seem to know more Disney Channel. You don't know any Nickelodeon. You know all the
Maybe that's
Disney
it.
Channel ones. Yeah,
Maybe that's it.
I think so.
We all have our team.
Yeah.
Kenan Thompson.
Keenan, another one, completely killing it. And also, I reached out to him to have him on my podcast, Male Model, shout out. And he like was one of the rare people who wrote me back immediately. And I found that the two people I'll say that about specifically, Keenan and RIP Bob Saget, who were like these incredibly famous people who were so quick to be like generous and want to be on the pod and be dope. And I'm like, God, there are people that don't have a tenth of your celebrity. And I'm chasing around these dirt bags like they think they're the Queen of England. But, like,
The Bob Saget, same story. I think I've told on this. So I did a pizza review with him. I've probably done 2,000 pizza reviews, lots with celebrities. He wrote me a handwritten thank you after it was done.
Aww,
like just
that's so
genuine,
sweet. Wow.
nice, like love doing it, love do again. It was, it's him and, I always, and this is going to make me look like an asshole since he did that handwritten. The other one was Sebastian Maniscalco, the comedian.
Maniscalco?
Yes, Maniscalco. I knew I'd get the last name wrong. Those two wrote the handwritten. For Keenan, that's SNL lifer. He'll be on SNL in the year 4082. Like he's on it forever.
How can he sustain, right? Because all you hear coming out of SNL is it whittles you down to nothing, right? Because it's so hard. You're up to like 4 a.m. every night writing sketches. Like, how can he maintain?
So he like, I mean, I don't know how many seasons he's been on, but it's got to be at least like 75.
Yeah, unreal.
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Absolutely
Jamie Lynn Spears.
no idea.
I think she has a book she just wrote too.
Yes.
I knew her when we were kids. She was very nice then. I haven't seen her in many years, but she seems lovely.
What'd you say, Josh?
I don't think I have any idea who that is.
This Britney Spears' little sister.
Zoe 101.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
She's
shit.
Britney's little sister. End of story.
Well, yeah, but she had a show on Nickelodeon.
Nah, she's Britney's little sister. Like,
Wait, so she was Zoe 101 though?
Yeah, she's Zoe.
I don't know any of that. I don't know any of this. She's
So
Britney
Zoe
Spears'
101.
little sister.
I would have known her as Zoe 101. If you put that up. I
She
would have
is
known her.
Britney Spears' little sister. End of story.
I'm just saying, Dave, if you put up Zoe 101, I would have been, I know her. So this way I don't.
Okay.
But the three name thing is powerful, right? What is that? Could we ever be 3 name people?
3 name people. It is powerful.
More powerful is one name. Like
Just like Zendaya.
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye,
Yeah.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Zendaya.
Talk
Yeah,
about a year.
absolutely.
Zendaya's had a year.
If you can say somebody's name, one, and know who it is, you've reached the peak of like peakness.
Yeah, just one name.
Yes.
Do you think you need a name like Kanye or Zendaya though to do that? Because like, think
look
about
at
us
Beyonce.
Joshes. Think of us Joshes out there in the world. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We got such a normal name. It's 4 letters.
Yeah,
so many
it's
people
very
have
difficult
it.
to
It's
do
a little
it.
hard
Like
to be the
LeBron.
Josh.
I judge people who go by Joshua because I'm like, what are you trying to prove? Like, it's assumed we're all Joshua.
Yeah, we're all but it's like just say Josh. We're all trying to save some time here. You don't need to be the bigger, better person, Joshua, as if you're like more posh than me. You know?
I agree.
I guess I'm now in my head, and obviously it invokes good and bad thoughts. The most common big name would be Donald. If you say that, I think everyone thinks Trump, right? But who else?
I was weirdly thinking McDonald's for some reason.
Oh, all right.
I think
Kanye
Donald's
back.
very like Donald Trump. You have to say Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's a
I'm trying to think
two-namer.
of any other.
You say
names.
Trump, everyone knows, but
Yeah,
not
but that's a
Donald.
last name. That doesn't count. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Like
Leo.
Cher.
Leo.
Leo.
Who's Leo? But Leo who?
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio?
Yeah, but he's
but-
still a two-namer. He's not just Leo. He's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh no, I think Leo works.
I don't know. I think you just love Leo too much, man. I think you just get real
Yeah.
chubby for
Okay.
you know,
Next.
Leo every once in a
Bricked
Next.
up for Leo.
Next.
I know I am.
Yeah, right. How can you not? These idiots tried to say Nelly was better looking than Leo.
while. Nelly is better looking right now than Leo.
At
You
today's
gotta-
Nelly?
Yeah,
today.
that's what that was my
From
reaction,
hot in
Josh.
here?
Yeah,
Today.
crazy.
First of all, fun fact: Nelly's real name Cornell. Just a fun fact. Yeah, Nelly is not. He's a very attractive man, but Leo is.
Yeah, it's
Leo.
not. It's not throwing stones at Nelly to be like you're not as attractive, Leo.
Right now, Leo is looking a lot aged than Nelly.
Okay.
But God bless Leo, right? For like in between movies, being able to be like, I'm gonna put on a quick 20 and live my life.
That's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
Right.
But he kind of kept that for like Don't Look Up. He kind of kept the weight for Don't Look Up when he was playing that in Netflix.
He did.
I haven't
Right,
seen
right.
that. I haven't watched that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It didn't get great reviews.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Next.
One namer, Romeo.
Romeo. I mean, I remember him as Lil Romeo, so now he's grown up Romeo. But yeah, I mean, I'm down with any of Master P's kids, especially Romeo. I think he's an outstanding human. I don't know, what's he up to?
I don't know
Let's get
anything
the
about
update on
Romeo.
He was like a singer, right? Rapper.
Rapper.
Yeah.
What is he
Okay.
up to?
Next.
Co-founded a company, philanthropist, producer.
Jack of all trades, ace of none, maybe. Or maybe ace of all. Amanda Bynes.
Or Ace of All?
Sad. That's what I think when I see Amanda Bynes. Sad.
Oh.
Why sad?
I mean, she was like an icon, and I think she's kind of gone off the deep end.
All right.
Like kind of very Britney Spears-esque. Like
Trajectory?
Yeah.
Career path?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But do you sometimes think, Dave, too, like when I think of Britney or Amanda, like I've had maybe 5% of their fame, like 6% on my best day. Like, and I know what I went through, like just becoming a total like mess in my late teens, early 20s. Luckily, there were no camera phones and people weren't watching. But like, I can't imagine what it is to deal with the level of fame and notoriety that they contended with.
No clue. I don't judge. I just think it's sad, and I don't know. In Josh's era, especially, a lot of it, like, and you're different. Like in my world, so we've been doing our stuff for 20 years, so it's like always been a slow, like trajectory. But a lot of the TikTok is overnight, and you go from like the DeMellos went from nobody to as big as there is in like 4 months. They seem to be handling it really well, but it's, you know, I don't know how anybody deals with that. It's everybody's different. You probably family, parents, upbringing, all of it comes into play, personality of the person. But yeah, but it's to see the picture I saw of Amanda Bynes last week. I don't know how anyone couldn't be like, oh, that's sad.
Right.
So
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Last one.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yo, I have a fondness for Shia because he tried to get me a part in a movie once, and anyone who tries to put money in my pocket, I love.
what movie?
It was this movie called Charlie Countryman, and so a thing that'll happen sometimes is when a movie is sort of in pre-production, they'll get a bunch of actors together to do a table read so the writer can hear it, to just hear what's working and what's not. So obviously he was the dude, and I knew a producer. They're like, will you come in and read like kind of the smaller part, like 8 or 10 scenes? And I did, and it was one of those rare moments where I was like, oh, I could do this. Like, I'm the right guy for this. And I remember Shia pointed at me after, and he was like, it was good. It was good. And all I heard for the next 3 months was that he was fighting to get me the role, and the producer was adamantly against it. And inevitably, the money dude won. Big surprise. But forever, I've been like, yo, Shia, you're good people. I respect it. And what a friggin' actor.
Yeah, he's incredible.
I was just about to say,
Oh my
like, all
God.
I think is like incredible actor when I see that guy.
Isn't he like crazy?
He does do some crazy things. Yes, that is a fact.
Weirdly, my first memory, and I'm pretty sure I know it's him actually. I watched this season on HBO called Project Greenlight, and it was,
of course,
yeah, it was essentially like Matt Damon and his
Ben Affleck,
and they would pick like a movie that couldn't get funding basically, and they'd make the movie. And if my memory serves, the first season they did it, Shiloh was cast as like the main character. It was
what did you just call him?
Shiloh.
Just let it slide. He doesn't know how to say names.
Do you guys know the movie I'm talking about? His first role ever?
It was called The Battle of Shaker Heights.
Yes, good. Good memory. Yeah, so that was the first time I became interested. It was wild to see because it was like behind the scenes of the making the movie. So that's when I first became aware of him.
I feel like he and like people like Zendaya, like I'm just in awe of being that talented that quickly. Like for me, similarly, I've always felt like, all right, I kind of have some wins, some losses. Like, oh, this movie, The Whackness I did that won Sundance, win. Me playing Chris Hemsworth's brother in Red Dawn, lost. And so up and down. But like those people, they rock it. It's good for them.
All right, I think that's everything we have. So again, the book is coming out, I don't have my note, March 15th, I think?
Happy people
March
are annoying,
15th,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, and there you have it. You have the book, the yellow cover, everything
The
that we're
hateable,
saying.
punchable face.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Josh, I had no idea what to expect. This is a great interview, and I learned a lot about all the things.
Are you
and
a Josh
I knew more
fan
than
now?
I thought I did. A big time Josh fan. I don't know if I'll go watch the show. It'd still probably be a little weird for me at this age, but I may go try to find the Fat Boy 9-year-old stand-up.
Feel free. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'll give you the keyword.
I have it. You guys want to watch it before we head out?
Yeah. Let's watch it and end it with that.
Yeah, we should.
All right.
Oh, Christ. No, son of a bitch. I knew it.
We got it.
I can't watch this. I'm taking my earphones out. No.
Let's welcome Josh Peck.
Damn,
Hey, everybody.
Wait,
Hey.
you don't look that fat there.
A lot of people, they come up to me and they ask, Josh, booby, baby, how'd you get into the business? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the son of a single parent. I was born during the Great Depression. My mother's.
Okay, I think we can move. I think that's good.
Well, I mean,
That's
you can kind
probably
of
good.
see you're wearing a Hollywood sweatshirt too, like a big man.
That was funny though.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it's just, to be honest, just the uniqueness of a 9-year-old delivering jokes. I'm not going to lie. I didn't love the joke, but the delivery of the joke was like you were a professional. So I can see how
the
that.
confidence. The confidence.
Anybody watching that would be like, holy shit, what is this? So that's pretty crazy.
I'm glad the gigantic audience you guys have now been able to see that clip.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for having me. I'm such a fan, and this is a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for
guys.
coming on.
Later, guys.
Peace.